Welcome back everyone to day 3 of our trip on Allure of the Seas. Today we get to experience Royal Caribbean's private island known as Perfect Day at Coco Cay. First up, we get to experience Nicole's emotional first steps on this beautiful island as she's been waiting for this moment for what seems like forever. We then take a trip over to Hideaway Beach, which is Royal Caribbean's brand new adult-only beach. We'll go ahead and break down the price for you and let you know if it's worth it or if you're better off to just go to one of their free beaches. We also experience a weird contamination, which we still don't know exactly what happened, but it required everybody to evacuate the pools. Either way, we did still have a great time and we'll show you all of that. We then head back to the boat for a Caribbean-themed dinner, which turned out to be our favorite dish all week. As soon as we're done with dinner, we do head down to the casino to try our luck at the slots, and let's just say we end up hitting it pretty big. Right after that, we do head over to Studio B to go watch the Off the Rails Quest game show, and if you know, you know. We have arrived at Coco Cay. Next to us is Anthem of the Seas. And we do see a stream of people heading in to Coco Cay right now. Funny enough, I haven't been here in such a long time. I feel like all it was at that point was just like a beach that everybody would kind of hang out at. Now I feel like they have so many more things to do as we are getting ready to go off of the ship and head on in. One thing I would like to ask, if you guys have been enjoying these cruise vlogs, is please consider subscribing to the channel. Turning that little bell notification on because it helps out a lot and you'll be informed anytime we do this in the future. And I would appreciate any feedback because this is the first time we are doing cruise vlogging. So anything that you guys see that you're like, I want to see more of this, less of that, etc., I think will go a long way just so for future videos we can make sure that they are tuned for the audience. Either way, let's head down, get off of the ship, and head to Coco Cay. Here we go to the new gangway. I think we came in on 5 before, but I believe we are heading now here onto deck 2. Doing some loops. First steps on the Coco Cay. Here we go. I think I heard you could take these like little buggy trams over.
I'm spring up. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. The first time here, right?
I don't know why I'm crying. I think I've just been like so excited for this for so long. And today was the day that I really wanted to do. And like now we're here. So I'm crying.
Do you see the size of these ropes that they have to anchor this down? It's crazy.
So it's someone's job to like get off the boat and tie these things up?
I think so. I guess I don't even know how you like do it. Do you like shoot them out and then they gotta like grab them?
Like are there cranes?
I don't know. I feel like there should be. I don't think the last time I did this, it was called like Perfect Day at Coco Cay. But now you can see like the words Perfect Day and Coco Cay. I feel like we should have taken one of those little buses. No, you know what? We need to work everything off. I didn't realize how much bigger the Allure was. I thought they were actually kind of the same size getting off of them, but you can definitely see between Allure and Anthem, Allure is definitely a bigger boat there. Sometimes it takes you seeing another boat next to yours to realize how big yours really is. Offer complimentary lockers here over on the island, which is pretty nice. You don't have to pay anything. They're a little confusing, but we did end up figuring it out. So you have to have it in the unlock position, click C, enter your code, turn it, then it will lock, and then you kind of do it in reverse order, and then it goes. But a lot of these are kind of like already open, but nobody has stuff in them. So my guess is like they're just kind of stuck open. Either way, we found it. Really like that these are complimentary and not paid. Here we go. First ride on an island.
First ride on a tram on an island.
Here we go. So this is our tram to Hideaway Beach right now. We have just made it to Hideaway Beach here. So you can see on the sign, we have the Hideaway Bar and Pool, which is right over there. Restrooms over here to the right. Hut and bar, so more bars it looks like over here to our right. You can get more towels, or I'm assuming swap them out to our left, which I'll show you, and then a slice of paradise, which makes me think of food. Right as you walk in, here is the towel station. So if you guys are coming in and you have your own towels, I think you can swap them out, or if they get wet or whatever. Either way, let's go and find ourselves a nice spot to sit. Hopefully it's not too busy. Well, what do you think so far from what you see here?
I am so ready to get in the water.
It's cool. They have the like beach area, and then you kind of have like the infinity pool style up here that kind of wraps around most of it here too, which is pretty sweet. So you can go ahead, do the pool or the beach, either one. Definitely feels secluded. I was watching previous videos and people said the music was way too loud. I wonder if they got that feedback because it's not too bad right now.
No, I was gonna say, like, you can definitely hear it from here, but I don't think it's overwhelmingly loud. Like, the lobby of the ship is louder than this.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're kind of like near the DJ, you'll get a lot louder music, but even then it's still not horrible. Where right now I feel like it's pretty nice and just like comfortable. You can hear it and relax. So very excited to see what everything entails over here. Again, we'll talk pricing and everything afterward, but for now, I guess let's go enjoy the water. They just made an announcement that the water has been compromised at the pool and they need to evacuate. They said it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes. What do you think that means? Crazy. What do you think? Do you think somebody threw up?
Oh, that makes more sense.
I was gonna say, I don't think somebody pooped. I'm sure like somebody probably, yeah, too drunk or something. That's crazy, isn't it? Either way, here we are over here for lunch now. Looks like you can see some of these signature selections up there, and thankfully they have wash stations. I guess this is a good time for lunchtime. After all, our waiter last night said do not sleep on these funnel cakes. He said there's 3 locations to get them, and we got the funnel cake. Also, this like fudge brownie looks super good with like, I don't know if that's caramel sauce or something on there. I went ahead and did a burger. I saw fruits. I don't know where they're picking them up from though, but I feel like the lunch area is gonna be packed now because they just evacuated the pool there. That is crazy. So Nicole just told me that the fruit is actually right over here. It's self-serve, so it's right by the drink station over around the corner. So we did end up getting some fruit. Oh, and cookies over there too? Oh, interesting. Well, we are pretty much almost all done with our lunch here, but we're still waiting around. How much longer do you think we're gonna be until we get back to the pool?
I think it was like 30 minutes it takes to drain and then clean the pool.
They have to drain it? I thought they were just cleaning it.
It was like a filtration.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 minutes.
I don't know.
Maybe another 15.
It's crazy. I do need to point out the ice cream on the island is not as good as the boat, weirdly enough. It tastes kind of like you're just eating like cold cream. It doesn't taste like it has like a flavor. So this is a swirl. It doesn't really taste like chocolate or vanilla, really. They just made an announcement the pool is cleaned and we can head back in. So yeah, not much longer, but it was probably about 25-ish minutes, so not too bad. We are taking a breather over here at our loungers, and it has honestly been a really good day. I think everything here feels pretty good. The DJ over there is playing some really fun music. Everybody's kind of very lively over there. We got a nice spot over here on the beach. I think that's a big thing, is making sure to get a nice spot. A lot of places are taken up. However, I do see still some areas available around us. I know that the other ship, the Anthem of the Seas, is also here with us, so I think they're taking up some seats as well, which is totally fine. Being that this is Coco Cay, that means it is only Royal Caribbean ships that will be here, and I think there's only 2 spots available, so I don't think there will ever be more than 2 ships here. Either way, it's felt really good. The water from the ocean is pretty cold though, but I do feel like the pool is super, super nice. It's just a good time. They've got everything kind of figured out here. Now, our price, let me look that up for you really quick so you guys know how much we paid. I know it does fluctuate, and I think if you buy it early, you would get a discount on it. But for us, we bought it on the ship, kind of last minute, so I don't think we had any discounts. I do believe you would get a discount if you went ahead of time. I think Nicole said she saw it was like somewhere in the 50s if you were to book a little earlier. So that is something to keep in mind, is if you decide to book, ahead of time, all your excursions, I think you do save a good amount of money. Waiting to the last minute or when you're on the boat, I think does actually increase the price. So that is one thing that is legit. You do need to go ahead, book ahead of time if you can.
I think one big thing that I really appreciate is the pool that's heated here. I think the beach is beautiful and I love to be on the beach, but as soon as the water's cold, I'm kind of not interested. And since it's only March, the ocean water is still a little chilly. So I really appreciate the fact that we can spend all day in this nice infinity pool overlooking the ocean. And I'm not totally sure if the other beaches on the island have those heated pools. So I'm really appreciative of the fact that Hideaway Beach does have that.
Now, another big perk too is having all of these stations readily available to you. So if you want juice and food and everything, it is all contained inside of your beach. Again, I'm not saying that other beaches don't do the same thing, but there's definitely plenty of seating here. Like I said, it's entertaining. One big thing that I have noticed has been a lot of older people, as far as I would say, 55 plus. It's definitely not the youngest crowd. The music and such is definitely tuned towards that audience, but I definitely feel like I'm seeing a lot of 55, 60 plus in here. So that is something to keep in mind. Obviously, it's in an adult only area, so I'm not seeing any kids running around, which is also, I think, kind of a nice plus. I think everyone in here, I think, would be 21 plus. I don't know if it's 18 or 21 plus. I'm assuming 21 because they're serving alcohol, or I don't know how international drinking laws work, but either way, I do know that is one thing to kind of keep in mind is the clientele is different. Most of the chairs out here by the pool and the DJ are definitely taken really early. We got here nice and early and everything was already filled up here, so we did have to kind of go down into the beach, which is totally fine. There's not a ton of seating, but if you want to be closer, you got to get here very, very, very early. I'm really a huge fan too of the transportation to and from Hideaway. It's very nice to just be able to take a little tram over here that takes maybe 45 seconds. You can walk it if you'd like, but I do like that ability to just go ahead, hop on, and get back and forth. I've already done it a few times, and it really is a lifesaver. Now again, I definitely think I would recommend going to Hideaway, especially if you're an adult, kind of anywhere in 30s plus, maybe as even a 21-year-old. The music, I think, is fun. I think it's just a good environment there. I would just say you got to make sure that the value is worth it. Again, when we're spending almost $80 a person, are the other beaches just as good? I don't know. That's something I think we're going to have to do on another cruise. So maybe we'll go ahead and book one sooner than later. Again, we got a pretty good value on this cruise in general. I do want to try out the Disney Cruise Line. I think that is another thing we do want to try at some point. But again, I just think if you're looking at Coco Cay, looking for something to do, I think it's a pretty decent value. Again, having free options, that's where things start to get a little finicky. If all of the beaches were paid, I would say maybe you would want to kind of weigh your options, but I think most of them are free. So having the paid option over there does seem to be something that you gotta, again, make that decision on your own. Is it worth that potential $80? I know it fluctuates. I'm assuming on that time of the year, if you're going, in peak seasons, it could be even more. Maybe a less busy time could even be a little bit less. So that being said, that is how I feel about Hideaway Beach. Feels really good. Again, a little bit of a crazy situation with that evacuation because of contamination or whatever it was. I don't know, but it was a good time. I really do think you guys would enjoy it, especially if you like that kind of environment. Well, that is going to wrap up our island time for the day. We still have plenty to do, but how did you like your first day of a perfect day at Coco Cay?
If it was up to me, I would never get off the island and come home. So it was absolutely wonderful.
And there you go, a wonderful day at Coco Cay. Would you say it was the perfect day?
It was the perfect day.
Now we play the waiting game of waiting to get on. I think it moves pretty quick, but they did say the line at the front was shorter. However, our room is on the back side, so I think we're going to just kind of wait it out here. Back on the boat. Let's go. Whew. All right, we need to head up to guest services. I actually lost the lens cap to my camera here, so we need to see if we can go find that. I lost it on the first day. Figured I would give them about 24 hours to see if they could find it. Either way, let's go check it out. Good news, they had my cap coming back to our room. Nicole said it's a pig, Is it a bear? I think it's a bear. Looks more like a bear, but we did get some little googly eyes. Look at that. Now that we are back, had some time to walk and talk, how do you feel about the adult-only section versus the rest of the island? I know we didn't get a lot of time to explore. What do you feel, again, paying $80?
So
what do you think?
I definitely think that the 80 is a high price tag, but had we had purchased this prior to the trip, I think it was only like 55 to 60, which I mean is still high, but the $20 per person does really add up. So I would definitely recommend it. I think just not being around the kids all day was really nice. I think the swim up bars was really nice. The area looked newer. It seemed clean. It seemed fresh. And you're right, we didn't really spend too much time exploring the rest of the island, but it just looked a little bit more run down than where we had spent all day. And as I stated earlier, I really like the pool aspects. And we could have walked farther looking for a pool, but I think having the pool and then the ocean and the swim up bar in the pool and the other bars and like no kids in this nice newer area was just really, really relaxing for this perfect day experience. So I would recommend it. I'd recommend buying it ahead of time instead of on the boat to save that $20. But if we come back here, it'd be really hard for me not to do that adult section again.
Yeah, because you went to the bathroom and you said even like the bathroom is dirty, right?
It just kind of like reminded me of like a basic beach bathroom, like just kind of like run down. And I get it, there's thousands of people on this island, like they're not sitting in the bathrooms cleaning it the whole time, but it just felt a little dingy walking around. And like, I feel like the adult hideaway area, it was really colorful, like lots of oranges and yellows and greens, and like the rest of the island just felt like one shade of blue, which isn't a big deal. But I think after seeing this newer section, I'm like, oh, like this is really nice. And then the other half didn't feel as nice as where we were all day.
Starting at Hideaway and then exploring the rest, it felt like it was definitely worth it. She's right. It was a lot more colorful. It was a lot newer. And obviously this is so new right now at this point. So it makes sense that this is kind of like the pristine thing that they have going for them. But it was very, very nice. It was well kept. I feel like it wasn't dirty at all. Everybody's walking around and all of the people are like picking up all of the trash. So like their janitorial service, even like the servers and everything, they're making sure it stays clean. They're asking if you need drinks. There's so many options for drinks and food. I think it's definitely worth it. It was a very, very good time. We are just a little after 5 p.m. right now, and we are moving. Oh, here we go. Woo! We're honking the horn. Goodbye, Anthem. Hopefully nobody's still left on the island. Wouldn't that be scary if you were like running up and you were like, oh my gosh, the boat's leaving?
You do, if that's the case.
I don't even know. There's the captain from the other ship, waving goodbye. The big hand. Oh, look at how massive these ships are. Sometimes you just like forget that you're on this gigantic cruise ship in the ocean. The water looks decently blue. A little bit more like see-through blue versus like that dark blue. Over there especially too. I think it might depend on like how shallow or not it is. I also don't know, we don't know where like those pigs are. Where you can go like hang out with pigs on a beach. There's another island like right here, pretty small, so I don't know if you take like a little like charter boat over. I have no idea, but I zoomed in like way out there and there was like a mansion like way out there. It was kind of nuts. Massive, massive house. I don't know what all of these islands are. Either way, goodbye, Coco Cay. After a beautiful looking sunset out there, we are heading down to floor 4 for our second to last dinner tonight. It is Caribbean themed. But yes, it is very sad. However, I feel like it's going to be a nice dinner. I feel like it'll be interesting. I don't know if I like it as much as the French one that we had yesterday. But we'll see. And there it is, a taste of the Caribbean dinner. I like to point out the chef's recommendations. So we do have the coconut jumbo shrimp for our appetizer, jerk seasoned pork chop for our entree, and a pineapple sunshine cake for dessert. Don't know if I'm doing any of those today. And here we go, our table 48 once again. I personally think I'm getting the bao tacos. I think that's going to be pretty tasty. I feel like I need to get some sort of jerk dish for the Caribbean theme, but I just don't know yet. I know we had the strip steak, which I feel like I don't know if I would have done the first night had I known it was an every night thing. I feel like I always try and go for something that kind of rotates out. I do have to look a little bit, and we'll see. The jerk season pork chop does look pretty good. Here are my bao buns. I feel like we definitely like the bao buns whenever we visit Epcot, which is kind of nice. But I do want to point out, we tried the desserts today at the Windjammer, which we didn't do on camera. But what did you think about them there? Do you think it's going to be the exact same? Do you think they're going to change?
I think it's going to be like the same flavor, just like a bigger slice. Like I feel like at the Windjammer there was like, you know, little sample size portions.
First bao bun down. That was delicious. This has probably been the best appetizer that we've had yet out of the 3 days. What do you think?
I totally agree. I was stuck between the salad and the bao bun, and I picked the salad, shocker. But the bao bun looked really good, and I tried it, and it is very good. I also agree that it's like the best appetizer we've had so far.
Well, there were so many good options tonight. We did end up going with 4 entrees. So Nicole went with the New York strip, which is on the menu pretty much most nights here. But then I went with this like chicken, like korma, I believe is what it's called. It looked really good, and I feel like it almost smells like tikka masala, which I have been loving recently. We also did like that pesto style pasta, and then the pork chop they said was braised for 24 hours. I love pork chops. Nicole loves pork chops. So we just kind of did a little bit of everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look around you. What do you think about your main dining room staff? Aren't they amazing? Right, left, right, double time, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
So we have tried a little bit of everything. The chicken korma was delicious. Reminded me a lot of a tikka masala. Very, very good. Scarfed that down. Tried this like pesto pasta. Also very good. Not better than the chicken in my opinion. And the pork chop. Super tender and very flavorful. I like that they use a little bit of jerk seasoning and such to it, which obviously it's a jerk flavored pork chop, but I think this is really well done. It's probably, in my opinion, the best dinner we've had so far for just consistency through the entrees. The desserts, it did not fail tonight. Look at how thick this frosting is, by the way. I've been like cutting into it, and it is just like absurdly thick. The cake over here, this is the pineapple upside down cake. So good. I think the entire dinner tonight was a home run. This is hands down, in my opinion, the best dinner we've had so far. Gosh, that was so dang good. We are heading out right now. I feel like we almost like shut this place down. There's not a lot of people left in here. I kind of felt bad a little bit, but either way, food is starting to settle. And now we get a little bit of time until the show tonight, which is that Quest show, but that is late, like 11:30. We are heading down to floor 4 to go ahead and try our hand at the casino. We're not very lucky people, but maybe we'll see if we can get something done tonight. We do have a few hours to blow before our show, so let's go see if we can win big. One big thing, and I think I've already mentioned it, is the casino is a smoking casino. They do have a non-smoking casino, but it is very, very tiny, not many games, and I think there's like 2 table games in there, so you are kind of forced to play in the smoking area. Wait, they have a giant Wheel of Fortune. Do we go for some, oh my gosh, it's $1 spins. I feel like I'd like to go for like the 30 to 40 cents. All right, we are starting with a 20 right now. We typically only like to put like 20, maybe $40 into a machine. We're not big spenders by any means. Let's see what we can do here. Are we doing $1 spins? How much did you spend?
I don't know.
Wait, what happened? What happened? Oh, get the spin. Oh my gosh, you were so close.
Planes.
Oh.
All right. Come on.
Oh, we did it, baby! Let's see. Oh, it's going too fast. Oh no.
No way.
No.
That's 60 whole cents?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's $60. God.
Oh.
I told you.
Out?
You got Beth. No, do it again.
Oh, we're never gonna win 200.
But maybe we can do another spin. Let's just like go down a little bit. To 50. Just to 50.
Cashing out.
To 50.
We won.
To 50.
I can't believe we just won $65. So you could win like buku bucks on this thing. But it was like $3 a spin. That's kind of a lot. But you know what? We're at $79 on 20 bucks in. Heck yeah! We are heading now into Studio B to go get ready for the Quest show.
To Crazy Quest. Power up your cameras and get ready for the craziest game you've ever seen. Before we begin, let's go over some simple rules for you and your team to follow for a successful and safe road to victory.
Well, my name's Joe. I'm the activities manager on board here. I'm also here to get started the Quest game show. I'm going to ask you a question here, folks. Let's hear you. Team 1. Team 6. Team number 5. Yeah. Choose one guy from your team, one man from your team. Doesn't have to be the captain. It can be any man from within your team to do this. And you're going to have 2 minutes to make this man into the most attractive looking female. No shirt, wearing a bra, lipstick, lady shoes, handbag, accessories, whatever you can find. 2 minutes, everyone. And this is for 5 bonus points. Okay, team 4, what's your name?
Stephanie,
Stephanie here. Where are you from?
wouldn't you like to know?
Absolutely. Very nice. Looking great, Stephanie. But the winning team, first place, is team number 2. We are the champions. Congratulations to you this evening.
Back in the cabin. Day 2 finished.
Day 3 finished.
Day 3 finished.
3.
Going into day 4.
Oh, do I start crying now or tomorrow?
Well, so let's talk. We talked about the island. How did you like the show tonight, the Quest game?
I think it's not totally my personality. I mean, I laughed, but I also think that that raunchy, like gross comedy sometimes isn't my style. I mean, people were like loving it and it was like fun to watch those who love it, but I think I was like blushing a majority of the show.
I think it's definitely more of that like R-rated show. They do it once a ship, like a sailing, and then also it's typically like halfway or like towards the end of the cruise is kind of what I noted. I've seen it so many like times at this point that I already know kind of what's coming. Like the end I knew like all of the bits in between. It's a fun show. I think the first time you do it, if you don't know anything about it, it's hilarious, it's fun. It's just like, it's something that you have to do. One downside though is so many people have done it by this point that people just start bringing the items. Like team 2 that ended up winning, like immediately they had everything. So you could just tell that people are feeding them everything that they needed. It was like, here's the belts, here's the bras, here's the pants. So people weren't engaging in it. And I think the best way to play that game is to just let the team do it and then get that genuine win instead of like trying to win by points. It's like, that's not really the point. You don't win anything. You know, you just get your name announced. It's like, so I think that kind of took away from it a little bit, but I could see that it is a little bit more R-rated in a sense, but I think it's still fun. And if you're doing it for the first time, I think that's the best approach. It's just like the first time going in, having no idea, I think is kind of the most fun, but it is definitely a little bit more adult. And they say that it's 18 plus. So a lot of fun. I call it like the Chad game show because I just feel like it's a bunch of like Chads out there kind of like trying to like show off and entertain, but it's still fun. It's still entertaining. It's a good time. But overall, I think today was a lot of fun. Tomorrow is our last day over at Nassau, Bahamas. And then we go home. And then we have to plan a future trip again, hit some new islands, try some new things out. But either way, that is it for day 3 of our trip here on Allure of the Seas. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.